The latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020. Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a peek outside our weather window. And it was a nice one out there today other than the wind, and it did blow about 15 to 20 miles an hour at times today, with gusts even approaching 30 miles an hour as we take a look down at the beautiful Wenatchee Valley from our Sky-Fi Tower camera. It's called the Cross Camera, and you can see clouds off to the right moving in. That's just ahead of our next storm system that will probably bring us some showers either tonight or in our early morning hours. But the real problem right now around north central Washington, flooding. And this is a shot taken just north of Tonasket on an overflowing Okanagan River up that way. It's a dangerous situation right now. We could see cresting water at around 20 feet by the time the weekend rolls around. And in a couple minutes, we will tell you more about that flooding up in Okanagan County. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. As we just mentioned, the swollen Okanagan River has inundated areas north of Tonasket. After 35 years in law enforcement, Okanagan County Sheriff Frank Rogers is calling it a career. And this Friday, May 11th, Representative Dan Newhouse will host a free opioid summit in Moses Lake. But first, we begin tonight. Chelan County Emergency Management is hosting a public meeting Monday to address the current situation at 8 Mile Lake Dam. The dam is located in the Alpine Lake Wilderness and operated by the Icicle-Peshastin Irrigation District. It's nearly 100 years old and in deteriorating condition. Because the area was significantly burned in the Jack Creek wildfire in 2017, 8 Mile Lake is more vulnerable to erosion and flash flooding, which could overwhelm the dam. A breach of the dam could cause a significant wave of water to flow down 8 Mile Creek into Icicle Creek near 8 Mile Campground and then quickly raise the level of Icicle Creek. The situation is not imminent, but there is an increasing level of concern about the dam, and emergency officials ask that residents within the affected area be prepared to evacuate as conditions change. Chelan County Emergency Management is working with the Icicle-Peshastin Irrigation District and the Department of Ecology Dam Safety Office to monitor conditions at the dam while developing a plan to reduce the risk of a dam failure. They are also working with the U.S. Forest Service, which owns the land at the dam site. Monday's informational meeting is at the Fire District 3 headquarters. Okanagan County Emergency Management officials report major flood conditions along the Okanagan River. The swollen river has inundated, as we mentioned, areas north of Tonasket. Emergency management officials have issued advisories for property owners in the area, and sandbags are also being made available. This morning, the county issued a flood warning for the Chiwach River. The Okanagan is projected to reach just under 20 feet on Saturday morning. This level has not been reached since the 1970s. On the county's north end, the Similkameen River is projected to reach moderate flood stage by tomorrow. A flood warning was also issued this afternoon for the Stehekin River near Chelan. Well, after 35 years in law enforcement, Okanagan County Sheriff Frank Rogers is calling it a career. In an email this morning, Rogers said choosing not to run for a fifth term was one of the toughest decisions he has ever had to make, but said it was time. Rogers also said he was a firm believer that change is good. Sheriff Rogers will be retiring at the end of his current term on December 31st, 2018. Well, with a vote of 340 to 72, the U.S. House of Representatives passed H.R. 3053 earlier today, which seeks to move forward a process toward building the Yucca Mountain facility in Nevada that would store the nation's radioactive nuclear waste. The bill also ensures the federal government fulfills its legal obligations to dispose of spent nuclear fuel and high-level waste at the Hanford site. Representative Dan Newhouse of Washington's 4th District responded to the passage in an interview this morning.
Passed H.R. 3053. It's the Nuclear Waste Policy Amendments Act of 2018, which this will allow the process of licensing Yucca Mountain to move forward, which, as you know, is a critical part of the solution for the waste that we have in temporary storage at Hanford in Washington State. There are, I believe, 39 states around the country that have some form of nuclear waste that they have been waiting for decades for a permanent national repository to be put in place. And so I'm very excited about the progress that we've been able to make on making Yucca Mountain a reality.
Yucca Mountain is also the designated repository for spent nuclear fuel at power reactors nationwide and at Columbia Generating Station. Well, this Friday, May 11th, speaking of Representative Dan Newhouse, he will host a free opioid summit in Moses Lake that's open to constituents in the 4th Congressional District. The summit will feature a panel of experts from the field and focus on efforts to combat the opioid crisis. The event is at the Moses Lake Civic Center from 10 a.m. to noon and is free and open to all constituents in the 4th Congressional District. Attendees will be able to share their stories and ask the expert panel questions about local and national efforts, as well as learn more about the prescription drug take-back program and drop-off center locations. Coming up next, 12th Legislative District House candidate Dr. Ann Diamond sat down for an interview with NCW Life News Director Steve Hare recently. John Alt is adjusting to his new role as mayor of the city of Eniat, and there's a new manager at Wenatchee City Public Works. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Welcome back. In another news, 12th Legislative District House candidate Dr. Ann Diamond says she wants to be a voice of moderation in the legislature. The Met-How physician is running as an independent candidate. Diamond describes herself as politically moderate. Her hope is to form an alliance with other like-minded moderates in a similar way that existed with the so-called Roadkill Caucus from 10 years ago.
The Roadkill Caucus was a bunch of middle-of-the-roaders. They were moderates who were tired of being run over by the extremes of the party. And so they formed their own caucus, and with 5 to 10 people, they could swing the votes either way. And they held together for a couple of sessions and really made a difference. So as an independent, when there's 4850, I'm new to this, I'm a doc, but I see an opening for being able to have a strong voice if I can bring in a couple other moderate voices who want to find common ground.
Diamond outlined her campaign platform in a recent NCW Life interview. You can watch it in its entirety on our website. Diamond and Republican Linda Harold are the two candidates who announced their intentions to file for the seat being retired by Carrie Condata. Democrat Christopher Gaynor had announced he would run, but yesterday said he decided to pull out of the race. Gaynor's uncle, Chelan County Commissioner Keith Gaynor, told NCW Life News that he intends to file for the seat next week. Gaynor, a Republican, announced earlier this year that he decided not to run for re-election to the county governing board. John Alt is adjusting to his new role as mayor of the city of Entiat. Alt replaces Keith Vredenberg, who retired recently due to health reasons. Vredenberg leaves the city after spearheading the development of the new Entiat Riverfront Park. Alt tells NCW Life News that he's committed to following up where the previous mayor left off.
The city actually took over the full operation of the park last year for the first time after the new construction. We've also are getting ready to go to bid for a new soccer and baseball field. So that's going to take us quite a ways. And then this week we're going out for the 30-day comment period for our new marina project. Once that comment period is complete, we're expecting that to go well. The Chelan PUD has been helping us work that project along. At that point, it'll go to the Federal Energy and Regulatory Commission. We expect them to have that for a couple, 3 months. So by this fall, it'll be the culmination of almost a 6-year project to get our new marina. So we're just getting ready to start to talk to some developers and investors as far as their interests. So it's very timely.
So Mayor, tell us about yourself. I know you were previously on the City Council, right?
Yep, so on the Planning Commission for 2 years and then the City Council for 2 years. And then due to Mayor Vredenberg's sudden heart ailment, I had about an hour conversation with him before I took over as mayor. So that's been an interesting evolution. So I'll be continuing his work until the end of next year.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Welcome to the job and good luck for you.
Thanks.
We caught up with Alt at today's Wenatchee Valley Transportation Council meeting where he was introduced to the governing board. Alt is a former pilot and executive with JetBlue. Well, there's a new manager at Wenatchee City Public Works. Former Director Matt Leonard recently left the city to accept a new position in Minnesota. Mayor Frank Kuntz introduced the city's newly hired director, Rob Jammerman, at today's Wenatchee Valley Transportation Council meeting.
We're excited to have Rob Jammerman as our new Public Works Director. Rob comes to us after a 30-year career in all kinds of public works for the city of Kirkland. Has chosen to move to the good side of the Cascade Mountains, and so he's been in Wenatchee about 6 weeks, and Matt Leonard has left to go back to Minnesota. So I've appointed Rob as Public Works Director. We're excited to have him here. He's going to do a great job leading our city's public works crews.
Tell us about yourself, Bob.
Oh, thank you. My wife and I have moved over to the Wenatchee Valley. We're very excited to be here. As Mayor Kuntz mentioned, I spent 30 years working for the city of Kirkland and the engineering department there, working on development engineering, surface water engineering, and solid waste issues. And we're super excited to get started over here and working in this great city.
It was also announced this morning that changes in management are also happening at the Wenatchee Regional Office of the Washington Department of Transportation. Regional Manager Dan Searles will be retiring next month. The agency is now in the process of searching for a new manager. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story today. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
Hi there, my name's Patrick and I'm the branch manager here at New American Funding. Applying for a home loan is an exciting time. You may have a lot of questions about how to meet your home loan goals, the loan process, or your borrowing options. We're here to help. We do things differently here at New American Funding. Not only do we have an array of loan products and a team of specialists to support you, but we get to know you personally. We want to earn your trust and business for life. So stop by our Wenatchee or Chelan office or give us a call today.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
High school sports is back this spring on the NCW Life Channel. Do you like baseball? We've got you covered with the Wenatchee Panthers and the Eastmont Wildcats. How about softball? We have you covered there too with fast pitch action right here. How about lacrosse? Yep, got you covered there too with the Wenatchee Valley Thunder. And of course, there's boys soccer. Whatever your interest, we've got you covered on your home for high school spring sports, the NCW Life Channel.
NC Sports Update on the NCW Life Channel.
And a happy Thursday. The Wenatchee Wild will head out tomorrow morning bright and early for Chilliwack to start play in the RBC Cup on Saturday night. The two teams met twice this season, with the home team winning both sides. The first meeting back in October, the Wild began a 3-game road swing through Canada, dropping a heartbreaker to the Chiefs 4-3, with the game-winning goal coming in 17 seconds remaining in regulation. The second meeting was the day after Thanksgiving at the Town Toyota Center, Wenatchee coming out with a 4-2 victory. Chilliwack, who finished the season at .500, were bounced out of the playoffs in a 7-game series against Prince George. Haven't played a game since March, and according to Arch Ecker on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley this morning, have had some upheaval on their staff.
Biggest mistake he can make right now would be to overlook Chilliwack. Just because they've been off for 2 months doesn't mean anything. Now, they've had some upheaval there. They recently dismissed their head coach, and they promoted an assistant coach into the head coach position. But, you know, is that good or bad? Hey, you know, I don't know what goes on in their locker room. That's their issue. I also know that the Trail Smoke Eaters, who we had beaten in the third round of the playoffs, their head coach was dismissed at the end of the season after we eliminated him, and he has moved over and joined the Chilliwack staff. So they're kind of building this little thing over there. So yeah, taking Chilliwack lightly would be a mistake, and I guarantee you there's no way our staff is looking past them. Fans might be, because they might think, oh, that's Chilliwack, and they were a 500 team. Okay, they're only there because they're the host. Move on. Who's next? No, you don't want to. And you know what? That's our first game. It's that's happening Saturday night at 7. So that's and our guys will be ready.
Wenatchee players Austin Park and A.J. Vanderbeck, as well as Wild coach Bliss Littler, all know those Chiefs will be ready to play.
They've had some time off. They were out early in the playoffs, but I know they've been working hard, and they should be a good team to play against, and hopefully the crowd will be there for the host team as well, and it should be a great experience.
So obviously, we haven't played them much this year. We haven't played them since before Christmas and whatnot, but I think, from the guys last year, we try to expect what their style of play last year, and we expect it's their home crowd. They haven't played in a while. They're going to be ready to go, and they're going to give us their best game, and we got to come ready to play.
Yeah, they'll be rested. They'll be rested. So, we'll take a few days here, and we'll get ourselves ready. We'll be prepared when we play them. We're going to keep the same approach, try to win every game. That's how we've played it. That all year is win the next game.
Saturday's game in the round-robin RBC Cup tournament starts at 7 o'clock at Prospera Center. Here you can also see the rest of Wenatchee's schedule for the next week in Chilliwack. Arch Ecker, a guest this morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Also, if you, speaking of the Wild, want to watch some hockey, it's hockey night tonight here on the NCW Life Channel. We will feature Game 4 of the Doyle Cup with Wenatchee at Spruce Grove. It all starts tonight at 7. And by the way, we'll feature Wenatchee's Doyle Cup clinching Game 5 tomorrow at 7 here on the NCW Life Channel as well. On the prep schedule for today, Caribou Trail League Tennis Championships getting underway at Harmony Me Tennis Courts in Chelan. They'll wrap it up on Saturday. Eastmont the Eastmont and Wenatchee boys and girls track squads at Zeffel Stadium this afternoon in Yakima. Also, Caribou Trail League District Baseball Tournament getting underway. Cascade traveling to Okanagan, and Brewster and Bridgeport play tonight for the CTL CWB District Championship and the Apple Bowl. That starts at 6 o'clock. Mariners, well, they blew one last night, falling to the Toronto Blue Jays 5-2. Gave it up in the 8th inning. Juan Nicasio is going to have to bounce back from that ugly one. They play again tonight to play the rubber match in that series. That's sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Time now for our weekly Pet of the Week feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight, NCW Life's Megan McPherson introduces us to Dante the cat.
Hey guys, Megan here with the NCW Life Channel, and we are here with Renee Parkins, the Development Officer of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and we're also here with Dante. Can you tell us about Dante?
We don't know a lot about Dante. He was a stray. We do know he's about 2 years old, so he's still really young. He just is out of that crazy kitten stage, which is, I think, a really nice age. You know, he was a stray, so we don't know if he lived with other cats. We don't know if he's lived with dogs. You know, his temperament's pretty, as you've seen since you've been here. It's pretty good. He's just a really sweet guy, and he just likes to be petted, and he'll sit on your lap, and he's really friendly, so yeah. I like him. He's got a little character. You can tell at some point he might have had a little bit of rough life and some stories to tell, so.
If someone wants to adopt Dante, what should they do?
They just come down to the shelter and meet him, especially if you have a family. I highly encourage you meet him with your family members in the Get Acquainted room. Make sure that he's going to be the right fit for your family. Then you can fill out the paperwork and take him home because he's ready to go.
Awesome. Do you have anything to say, Dante? It's kind of quiet. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This is Megan McPherson, and that's our Pet of the Week from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
Thank you, Megan. More news and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley. Christian Shanlin here with Bay Equity Home Loans.
Let us make your dream of home ownership a reality. We're here to guide you through the loan process every step of the way. Check out our convenient online application. Bay Equity Home Loans in Wenatchee, your home for loans.
Stop on by or give us a call today.
Lake Chelan mailboxes find solutions and the best price for all your shipping needs, including UPS, FedEx, and the U.S. Postal Service. We offer a variety of services including quality copies of all sizes, faxing, scanning, sending and receiving email, laminating, and notarizing. Enjoy browsing through our large selection of greeting cards. Lake Chelan mailboxes supports our military, fire victims, and our community. Come see us at the Plaza in Lake Chelan.
Hey, this is Justin at Club Crow Bar and Grill reminding you it's your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Jam sessions and live bands playing a wide range of music. If pool tables or pull tabs are more your thing, we have you covered. Enjoy the fun and food at Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Stop on by today.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. Apple Blossom is over, but that doesn't mean there isn't plenty to do around the valley. Here's NCW Life's Megan McPherson to fill us in on some of the events going on this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. The sun is out, the wildflowers are bursting, and Leavenworth is ready to celebrate with their annual Bavarian Mayfest weekend, May 11th to 13th. Mayfest is a German tradition dating back to the 10th century when villagers would gather to celebrate the arrival of spring by planting flowers, playing music and games, and raising a maypole in the local square. Guys and Dolls is being performed at the Numerica Performing Arts Center May 11th to May 12th. Hailed as the perfect musical comedy, this award-winning classic gambles with luck and love under the bright lights of Broadway. Get your tickets at numericapack.org. Wenatchee Mops Run for Your Mother 1K and 5K is happening Saturday morning, May 12th at Pybus Market. Wenatchee Mothers of Preschoolers invites you to support moms in our community by sponsoring or participating in the runs. The first 100 participants will receive a free drawstring bag. Go online to register. Touch a Truck fundraising event is a community-wide event where kids and adults have the opportunity to see, touch, interact with, and learn about dozens of cool vehicles. There will also be face painting, games, and other fun activities. The cost is $5 for adults, $2 for kids, and free for children under 2. Bring non-perishable food items for donation and get $1 off total entry. Military discount is available. Proceeds from this event will benefit homeless and poverty organizations in Wenatchee. It's happening in the Town Toyota Center parking lot on Saturday from 10 to 2. And finally, the NCW Dahlia Society Tuber Sale is at Pybus Market on Saturday from 8 to 2. The NCW Dahlia Society is selling tubers from some of the top dahlias in the country. Their low prices can't be beat, making it possible for dahlia growers to try out numerous varieties in that search for the perfect flower. Members of the NCW Dahlia Society will also be there to offer tips and answer questions about growing and caring for dahlias. For more information on this weekend's events, visit ncwlife.com.
In other news, Okanagan County emergency management officials report major flood conditions along the Okanagan River. The swollen river has inundated areas north of Tonasket. Emergency management officials have issued advisories for property owners in the area, and sandbags are also being made available. This morning, the county issued a flood warning for the Chiwach River. The Okanagan is projected to reach just under 20 feet on Saturday morning. This level has not been reached since the 1970s. On the county's north end, the Similkameen River is projected to reach moderate flood stage by tomorrow. Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, let's once again head outside to our weather window, where it wasn't a bad spring day today. High temperatures really where we should see them this time of year, in the upper 60s. A beautiful look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera today. And clouds are beginning to move in, though. There is a weak trough that's moving down from the southwestern part of British Columbia, and that will bring us some rain. It looks like maybe even as early as 6 p.m. tonight, we could be seeing that shower activity, a lot of it in eastern Washington, where we may even see a thunderstorm. As we progress through the day and evening into Friday at 6 p.m., most of that moisture then will move off to our southeast, and our skies will clear out as a large area of high pressure off the coast builds in. And then by the time we get into Saturday, we are going to switch to our temperature map, because things are going to warm up, folks, for us this Mother's Day weekend. The oranges, that's the 80-degree temperatures. 70s, pretty much the yellows on our map. And you can even see just scorching hot down in the desert southwest. And all that heat is coming our way by the time we get into Mother's Day on Sunday. It should be gorgeous. 6 o'clock, we should still see temperatures probably in the lower 80s after topping off in the mid 80s on Mother's Day, and that trend will continue right into our early part of next week. Now time for your quick lube and tune forecast, and tonight we'll drop down to 51 degrees for an overnight low, one of the coolest nights we've seen in a while. Partly cloudy with northwest winds on Friday once again, about 10 to 20 miles an hour, 75 the high. Sunny and warmer on Saturday, as I mentioned, an 82, 86 on your Mother's Day Sunday. And our warmest temperature looks to be Monday now, with 87 the projected high. We'll back off just slightly on Tuesday and Wednesday, 86 Tuesday, and 84 your high temperature on Wednesday. Boy, that looks great. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel tomorrow morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with your host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
This is TV. This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X4 offers 4 times the proven off-road capability, 4 times the comfort, and 4 times the confidence to deliver 4 times the excitement on your next outdoor adventure.
I'm candidate Greta Wiersma from the Apple Blossom Top 10, and you're watching NCW Life Channel.